Hey everyone, Anthony Morgan's Training Academy. Today, it's about a striking pattern, or a strike, whatever you want to call it. A lot of times, if I'm going to fire a strike, see, this is somebody coming in with maybe another stick. Maybe their hand is getting ready to cover this position here. It could be a number of things. It could be a machete, it could be an axe, it could be a stick, it could be a piece of rebar, it could be their arm. Well, if, say for instance, if this is the head of the person, that is my number one point that I want to hit. Now, if I fire the stick and he covers that line, okay, with him covering the line, I'm not always going to be able to hit the head. Now, how we lay this out so that I can hit the head is one simple move that I'm going to show you, which will increase your odds of making contact with the head if it is covered. So what happens here is when I throw this way, okay, now what I want to do is I want to tip this here so that I get that extension in there, okay? So as I move here, okay, see, I tip that to where I can get that hit inside the head. Now, looking at it from this point of view, if I fire here, okay, if I fire here, I turn that. Okay, see how much distance I gained? So if I fire here and he makes contact with it, I turn that. Okay, and that's going to make that contact to hit the head. Now, this does take a little bit of training, and you do have to have some resistance on the stick. Now, I like the canes with the knobs on them. It can be any type of a knob. It doesn't have to be this type. But the second that I make contact here, I tip that out, okay, so I can make that contact. You see how my arm is doing this? So it's giving me that lever so I can move that in and make that contact. So what happens is this, is I go to here, bang, and then I pop that, okay? So from here, I swing, bang, and I pop that to get the hit in the head. Now, and this is coming in off of a number one swing. No, that was a motorcycle just went by on my sidewalk. Huh. Anyway, so that's off the number one swing. When I hit here, I pivot that, okay? That's going to give me the hit to the head. Now, if I fire a number two line, with a number two, so this is a number one, this is a number two. If I fire the number two line, okay, and he covers that line, now I have to bring this to here, okay, to here. So I will go one, bang, and then I will pop that. And it's just it's a spin of the wrist. So as I fire here and he covers, I just pop that, okay? Are we going to knock the guy out? No. Maybe. But it's not about knocking the person out. It's about getting that advantage over the person, okay? And that's why a lot of times if you're really aggressive and you move in on somebody really fast, that's your advantage, okay? Because now they're on a defensive mode. But if I allow them to attack me now, I would be on a defensive mode. So anytime I fire here, okay, I'm just going to pivot that there. If I fire the one, I pivot here, okay. And you can work it, like I said, work it with somebody just holds up a stick, okay. A lot of times, what would originally would happen on this is if somebody's holding a shield, okay, and they have a shield up here, and I come in for the strike and they cover with that shield, okay? Now, with that shield, now see I pivot to get that hit. Now, this could be a blade as well as a cane, okay? So, if I come in here with a machete, okay, and I move to here and they cover with that, okay, see I pivot here. See how the tip of the machete cuts the face? Okay, if I come into number 2 line here, and I feel that, see, this just tips. So it's a lot of wrist manipulation. So from here, and it's probably easier to see it with a machete than it is with a walking cane, even though the walking cane works. And that's what it were originally designed from, was out of Africa. So if I fire here and this cuts, now if this is the shield, from here I pivot that to get my cut. Now once I pivot that and I get that cut, I can always slide that blade in. Okay, the same here. If I come in with the 2 line here, okay, I will throttle this to get that thrust. So this is only 2 positions to start working on. And a lot of times I refer to it as throttling. Now throttling is a different animal, because if I'm here, okay, this is throttling. I pull that in, but you notice how the tip will change. So from here, that's throttling. Okay. Now it can be from any position. It can be from here, okay, and I can throttle. Either I'm going to throttle in or throttle out. But it works really well with the staff. It works really well with walking sticks. It works well with machetes. And so just a little trick for everyone to practice. I love it on staff. But then there again, like I said, I love it with the walking stick, because if I'm in this position, okay, I can hit you from here. I don't have to do this. Okay, I don't have to do this. From here, I just go bang here, and I will pop that. So if I'm here, okay, bang, and I will make that hit just by bringing this in. Okay, so anyway, thank you for watching my videos, and thank you for all the new subscribers I've got. And keep watching my videos, keep sharing my videos, and I will see you on the next video.